Hello, everybody. This is Coach Tara Woodruff, the Mind Reset Coach, coming to you from my front yard here in Holiday, Florida. I always take video in my office, and last night, after watching and learning from Justin Varengia or Varenga, I don't know how to say his name. It doesn't matter. He's the Jedi guy. Um, he was talking about just getting out there and doing something different. And now I don't have a cell phone of my own, so I'm using my daughter's. And I figured I would come out here. I went for a walk with the dog to try to find a quiet spot because Charlie howls like crazy when I leave the house, so that didn't work out so well. So I figured I'd come to my front yard and let you enjoy some of my vegetation here. Let me show you. I'm not big on weeding, but I sure do love planting. I got vegetables growing over that way, and there's my beautiful bamboo. I hope you can see it. Got my yoni egg hanging out in the sun, and behind me is a Hawaiian snow bush. So anyway, so far so good. Things are real quiet. I wanted to share with you today something that really that occurred to me last night after watching the webcast, and I don't know if I learned it in the webcast or what, or if it's just a reawakening in my mind, because I'm really beginning to become a really swift manifester. I'm manifesting things way faster than ever before, and I really appreciate that because I put a lot of work into it. You know what I'm saying? And it occurred to me in my mind, it came up, and I'm not sure what inspired it or not, it really doesn't matter, but hopefully this will inspire you today, that there's something that I do that definitely holds me back. Things could be going so well, and yet I could be thinking about this particular thing, and it really upsets me. And so I'm going to get real honest with you right now. You're going to get disappointed by people. And there's one thing that I wish that they taught early on in school, and that's one of the reasons why we're enrolling Stella into a Waldorf school, is that, hopefully I can do this without, is that when we grow up constantly comparing ourselves to others, for good or bad, whether it brings us down or whether we use it to bring others down. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you about it in a minute. It really is counterproductive to being an abundant person in an abundant lifestyle. I find myself doing this all the time. For instance, recently my father passed away, and I have two very close friends of mine from childhood. And the only communication that we really have right at this point, except for really fast, I just want to say hello, I got to go though, no conversation, phone calls, is through Facebook. And yet I discovered that they have unfollowed my updates, so they don't know what's going on in my life. So they had no idea, and I don't feel I should have had to call anybody, that my father passed away recently. My arm's getting tired. Ooh, okay, so maybe I'll be all right like this. And now it's going on 2 months, and it really upset me because I've been there for these people, especially one of them, because their father passed away for years. I had to kind of live with that. You know what I'm saying? It was a constant theme in their life, was that their father died. So it upset me that they did not even know about it, and they haven't even tried to know about it, because they stopped paying attention to what I'm doing. And how that relates to me comparing myself to others is that I was assuming and making assumptions about how they should behave with me based on how I behaved with them. I was comparing them to myself. Like, what would I do? Would I continue? See, when I find I want to unfollow somebody on Facebook, whether they're a lifelong friend of mine or not, or if they're just new to, internet friends, if I find that I really am disturbed by what they're posting and I really just, I'm tired of this or that or whatever it is, I don't unfollow them. I delete them. And I'm comparing myself, how I would behave in that situation, to them and their actions. And that's probably not how they feel at all. And they're probably, if they ever do see this video, would be like, holy shit, how disappointed am I in myself. But that's another story. So that incident kind of came up and kind of got raw with me this month. And then another thing that I notice in my business is I always compare myself and my work ethic to other people, especially if they're in my team or in my close circle. And yet there's other people where I just don't have any expectations about what they do. I appreciate what they do, and when they don't blog as much as I do, I don't get mad. I just miss their blog. Or if they don't make video as much as I do, I don't get mad. I just miss their videos. So I find that it's extremely important for me and extremely important for you to stop comparing yourself to other people, okay? Stop comparing how you would do something to the way someone else does something. And that will eliminate a lot of negativity that'll be in your mind. You'll be renting, if you might find that you're renting a lot of space in your head about how other people handle their actions and their business and their friendships, and it's really none of your business. All you can be is the best friend and business person that you can be, and that's that. Now, on the other flip side of it, you will have people like okay, I'm watching Justin Varenga last night on a webcast, and he's definitely a deep and powerful marketer, and I absolutely love it. But I don't feel he's any more talented than I am, and he's a millionaire. So then I compare myself to him, and I find myself saying, well, that's not productive. That's not productive for me. The only thing that could be productive for me about that, oh Jesus, sorry guys, this is really difficult. The only thing that could be productive about that is for me to learn from him and not compare myself to him. All of us are going to market in a different way. There are millionaire marketers out there right now that I think suck at marketing. And you know what? That's really fucked up, because that's me comparing myself to them. If I'm so great, you see how you do that? If I'm so great and I'm doing so much work and I'm producing so much content and I'm outworking everybody, then why aren't I a millionaire yet? And I'll tell you exactly why. Because I'm comparing myself to other people's actions. I make it my business to worry about what other people do or don't do. And I do it in my personal life, and I do it in my business life. And today's the day where I'm letting go of that. I am relieving myself of being concerned about that. From now on, if there's something that I'm noticing that I'm feeling about someone else's thing, I'm going to ask myself, are you comparing yourself to them? And if the answer is yes, because it probably will be, I'm going to immediately shut that down. Today I watched a video also from David Wood. God, my arms cannot hold this silly little tiny little camera. And he was talking about being an action taker. And you know what's really important is just being an action taker. When you get the feeling to take the action, and if you feel like you're spending too much time worrying about things, or you're getting a feeling from someone or something that is very uncomfortable to you, release it, let it go, stop paying attention to it. If it means you got to let go of people, let go of activities, let go of things, it's really important that you are really comfortable with you. And the only way that you can truly be authentic, I wish I was looking at the camera, but the camera, sorry, is to just really be you and stop comparing yourself to others. There's no grade scores. This is not your SATs. This is not that at all. It's very important that you understand that your life and the success that you have in your life is a long game. You have to have a long-term perspective. And if you're going to be caught up on bullshit that has nothing to do with how well you perform, then you're going to cut yourself in half and you're never going to reach those goals. So I expect, because my manifestation capabilities have really just blown up crazy, it's really good, that this blockage that I just removed from myself is really going to help me manifest a lot faster. Because, how easy is it to introduce two new people to a blogging platform that can help them pursue their passions, deliver their message, and increase their traffic? It's very easy. So the only reason why somebody wouldn't be doing that or coming close to it is because they're blocking themselves with their own psychology, with their own issues. And I'm done with comparing myself to others. I'm done comparing myself to others in a way that brings me down, or a way that brings other people down and makes me allegedly feel good, which it doesn't. People are going to come to their own terms and come to their own conclusions, and they're going to do things in their own time. And I'm such one of those power people. I've got to control everything, that I realize that that's bullshit. I have friends out there that have been so good to me, and I've never delivered to them the type of friendship that they've delivered to me. Ever. And they don't hate me. No, they don't. And I'm certainly not going to begin to hate anyone. um, I just need to be really clear with myself what my expectations are in friendships and in business and for myself and from the people that I surround myself with, and be unforgiving, unforgiving and unapologetic about how I move through myself and how I make success happen in my life. Unapologetic. You know, if somebody is, like, for instance, the friends that didn't even know, have no idea that my father died, I have no apologies. I don't want to even talk to them. If they called me on the phone, I'd be like, yeah, what do you want? And that's okay. That's okay to feel like that right now. That doesn't mean that's how I'm going to feel like it later. It's not. I don't know. However, I can imagine that through this process of letting go of my comparisons, that I'll be able to feel so much better about that and just give them love. You know what I mean? So I read a book years and years ago called The Magic of Thinking Big. I can't remember the author's name, but I read it when I was really young. And I was having struggles in my job at the time. I was dating this guy, and he was living with one of our managers. He was renting a room from him, and the manager just did not like me. And he made my work life a little bit difficult. Now, these things might not even happen anymore, but in the old days, these things happened. um, and I just started coming into work every day, completely and totally like he was a brand new person, like we had no history at all, like nothing ever happened. That he never was dishonest or disrespectful to me. And you know how our relationship ended up? Very nice. So apply some of those things. You know, look at each day as a new experience, each person, each action you take, each mentor you get mentored by, every person you mentor. Every day is a new day. So you need to forgive yourself of comparisons, relieve yourself of the weight of judgment, and go ahead and have yourself a good life. I'll see you later. This is Coach Tara. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave me a comment, subscribe and all that fun stuff. I appreciate you very much, and if you're ready to tell your story and turn it into gold, you know what to do. The first link in the description box. I'll see you later. Bye. Just watching the bees play with the flowers. Here comes one. Here they come. There they go. Look at that. Isn't that epic? I love them. Got plenty of bees here. Don't forget to plant some flowers in your garden to keep the bees coming.